In this tutorial we're looking at section 11.2 on Bernoulli trials. So a Bernoulli trial consists of a single event that has two outcomes, so either a success or a failure. The Bernoulli distribution has one parameter, and that's that the probability of success is p, and that means that we get a probability of failure as 1 minus p, or sometimes we see that as q. Okay. For a discrete probability distribution that has a Bernoulli random variable x, the probability that x will equal x is equal to p if x is 1 and 1 minus p if x is 0. So when we look at that, that means that we end up with a distribution table that looks like this. So we've got x and the probability that x equals x, so when x is 0 we get a probability of 1 minus p, and when x is 1 we get a probability of p. Our expected value of x is just p, our variance in x is p times 1 minus p, and our standard deviation of course then is the square root of p times 1 minus p. So that's pretty much all there is in this section, so we'll just have a look at a worked example here that we've got, which is worked example 1. Okay. So I haven't written it out because as you'll see it's quite a long one, but we'll read through it. Okay, so determine which of the following can be defined as a Bernoulli trial. So the first one is interviewing a random person to see if they've had a flu injection this year. Okay, well the options are they're either going to have had it or not have had it, so there's only two possibilities, so yes, it is a Bernoulli trial. Okay, rolling a dice in an attempt to obtain an even number. Well, you either get an even number or you don't get an even number, so that is an example of a Bernoulli trial. Okay, choosing a ball from a bag which contains 3 red balls, 5 blue balls and 4 yellow balls. Well, there's 3 different outcomes there, so that's not a Bernoulli trial. Okay, part B in worked example 1 is a new cream has been developed for the treatment of dermatitis. In laboratory trials, the cream was found to be effective in 72% of cases. Hang's doctor has prescribed the cream for her. Let X be the effectiveness of the cream. Construct a probability distribution table. Okay, so for this, well, we've got X, okay, and we've got probability that X equals X. Okay, so we've got 0 and we've got 1. So 0 means that it's a failure or it's not a success. Okay, so that means we're going to be 0.28. Okay, 1 means that it's going to work or it's a success, so it's 0.72. Okay, we need to find the expected value of x. Okay, we don't have to go through our big formula or anything. We know that e of x is simply equal to p, okay, which is the probability of success, which is 0.72. Okay, which is our p value here. Okay, we also need to find the variance and standard deviation. So our variance was given to us as p times 1 minus p. So that means where our p is 0.72. Now 1 minus p is our 0.28. Okay, so we multiply those together. Okay, and we find that we get 0.2016. Okay, and then our standard deviation then is of course our square root of 0.2016, okay, which is equal to 0.4490. Okay, so that's all there is for that worked example, and in fact that's all there is for this section. Okay, so I don't think you'll have too much trouble getting through the questions in this section. There's not too many in there, and honestly most of them are pretty straightforward.